We are learning today that the conclave to elect a new pope will begin May 7th.
The news comes after people around the world honored the life of Pope Francis as he was laid to rest. NBC's Ann Thompson reports from Vatican City.
The Sistine Chapel is closed this morning to prepare for the election of the next pope after a weekend celebrating the life of Pope Francis. In the majestic setting of St. Peter's Square, a funeral for a man who wanted to be remembered simply as a pastor. 250,000 people crowded the square and spilled into the streets, most just pilgrims. While near the altar sat the powerful, including President Donald Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. The two also meeting privately at the Vatican. At the funeral, all heard the Dean of the College of Cardinals praise Francis as the man who spoke for the voiceless, especially migrants and refugees, recalling the Pope's phrase to build bridges, not walls. Across the ocean in France's hometown of Buenos Aires, the Archbishop moved to tears at a Mass for the Pope. Then Rome said goodbye to Francis, who was also its bishop, a final ride through its streets in the Pope-mobile to his burial site inside the Basilica of Santa Maria Maggiore. A respectful atmosphere as cardinals prayed, while outside a festive feeling. These Brazilian nuns applauded Francis' attention to those on the edge of society.
His joy, his openness.
The wait Sunday, 2 hours to spend seconds in front of his tomb. Ushers telling the crowd to move quickly and men to remove their hats. For Cincinnati's Karen Dime, it was overwhelming.
Just what Pope Francis meant to the world, a very moving experience.
That was NBC's Ann Thompson reporting.
Want to get to our forecast right now. Amanda's here joining us. You said last week, okay guys, next week get ready for that long stretch of rain, and we're anticipating some rainy days here.
Definitely, and it won't be something that's going to be all day long, so you definitely don't need to cancel plans this time. But definitely keep an eye on the forecast, and let's get you guys a look at that rain chance as we go through the next couple of days. So really today and tomorrow, less than a 10% chance of a sprinkle, so we're not even going to bother putting it on the forecast, but know that you may get a little bit of a sprinkle on your windshield today. But notice as we get through midweek or so, we'll bump those up to about 30 to 40%. And even yesterday, we had these Friday through Sunday down to about a 20% chance. And we're seeing more of a consistent uptick in terms of the rain chances for us leading into the weekend. So here's what you can expect to see as we get through the rest of the day. So notice that most of the rain chance right now remains out to the west. And as we go through the rest of your Monday, again, you may get a sprinkle or two out there on your windshield. Nothing too crazy. But as we get into Tuesday, notice that the system up to the north and to the west there starts to slowly make its way further into the Lone Star State. And notice there's a lot of activity up behind it and even out front of it, especially for the day on Wednesday. Now that's going to help kick up a chance for some showers and storms for your day on Wednesday, mainly through the afternoon hours is what we're kind of looking at right now. But notice that as we get into the early morning hours of Thursday, you could see a line well out to the west there start to form out ahead of that cold front. We're not expecting anything severe here in southeast Texas, but it is something that we're still continuing to monitor as we get through. Again, here's your day for Wednesday, and as we get into Thursday, now this model is not high resolution, and it also is showing a little bit more of an aggressive feel than what we're expecting for us here in southeast Texas. But notice that it does have more of that consistency in terms of the chance of rain for our area, even leading into the day on Friday. So as we go through the next couple of days, notice that again, this is not going to be a total washout as we get through the next 7 days, but a good healthy drink of water for us here in southeast Texas as we're still seeing that drought creep back into the area. Until then, what we're dealing with is just the cloud cover outside right now. You do see a little bit of some sunshine out there, but we're sitting in the lower 80s and a very high dew point. So we're seeing the humidity really starting to uptick. So as we go through the next couple of days, a very rinse and repeat pattern as we get through the rest of the day today and even into tomorrow. But notice again, you'll want to start carrying that umbrella once we get into Wednesday and keep it with you really through the rest of the week and into next weekend.